Hey, great Monday morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. My name is Cesar Mascoro Jr., and I am with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, and we are here today with your Monday motivation edition of 15 Minutes to Mastery. So every morning we come in at 8:15 a.m. For those of you that did not know this, we come in at 8:15 a.m. to be able to share a little bit of information, get your day going off on the right foot, get you started, get you moving, and get you focused on the week that's coming up, the day that's coming up, so that you can keep executing at a highly effective level. Now, today we're starting off and we're talking about moving with intention. You hear me speak about this a lot, being intentional, being purposeful, because that is what will keep you moving in the right direction. And I love what this quote has to say here. It says, move with intention and execute with purpose. Move with intention and execute with purpose. And the reason that I bring this up is because I actually saw something earlier today from Brian Benstock, who is with a Honda dealership. He's a VP of a Honda dealership up in the Northeast area of the country. And he was talking about how business is moving nowadays. And even today in the manufactured home world, it's similar to it. It doesn't move completely in this direction, but it is very similar. And that has everything to do with the way people buy nowadays. And so what he was talking about was, he says, everything moves fast. Everyone loved 2-day deliveries until there was overnight deliveries. Everyone loved overnight deliveries until there was 2-hour delivery, right? Think about it. You order right now from Amazon and you're expecting everything that you get from Amazon to either come that day or the next. That at least that's just what I think. If I'm going on Amazon to look for something, to get something, that's usually when the reason I've been doing it is because of the speed of the delivery, right? And that goes to the instant gratification that most people are seeking nowadays, right? It's a good and a bad. It can be good in the sense of how being able to receive these things quicker will move you forward quicker, right? But it's also bad in the sense of now people want to see results quicker. And there's nothing wrong with demanding results, wanting results. That's what it's about. Life is about results, right? However, I have to tell you that some things just take time. Some things you have to put in the work, put in the time. And that comes with what we do in manufactured home sales. We have to put in the time to build the pipeline. When you sell a home, it's unlike the car business, right? And all respect to Brian, because I understand, I sold cars early 90s, right? Customer comes in, they walk on the lot, they buy a car. If you've got the credit and you've got the money, man, you're driving out the lot with that car that same day. And they take you 8-10 hours there, right? But still, you're driving off the car or off the lot with the car. When it comes to homes, that's not the case. Somebody comes to see you, somebody walks on the lot, and they may decide to move forward with you that day, even if they bought cash. They walked in with either water cash, a check, whatever, and they did the transaction. They're not driving out with the home that day. Right. So that's where I say it's kind of a double, that the whole instant gratification is a double-edged sword, because we do lose a lot of business due to the fact that there is no instant gratification. They can't drive off the lot with it. So you need to be even more intentional. That's where I'm going with this. Because of that, because of the fact that there is a waiting period, because there is a sales cycle to this, because even if they bought cash, it may be a day, 2 days, usually 3, right? Depending on where you're at, you got a 3-day right of rescission, but it's usually 3 or 4 days before the home would be delivered. So there's still a sales cycle to it. Especially if they're financing, now it's even that much longer, right? So it is even more important that we move with intention, that we execute with purpose. In other words, everything that you're doing throughout the day has to have a purpose behind it. You can't just come into the day without any sort of plan to execute on. And we talk about that on Sundays, right? What is your plan for the week? Well, Today is Monday. It's Monday morning. Here, it's 8:23. Wherever you're at, whether you're in East Coast 9:23 or you're in the West Coast and it's 6:23, you need to have a plan for the day. You need to have a plan for everything that you're going to do so that you can move with intention and execute with purpose. You do those things on the daily basis, your business will move a lot smoother. Now, that also has, I talk about this because there's a lot of times there's a balancing act that needs to be done with regards to sales and manufactured home sales, right? Because a lot of folks are so used to, they want things quickly, right? But they don't want you to push them. They don't want to be the ones to move. They want everything else around them, every other person, they want every other company, they want every other thing to move quick for them, yet they don't want to move quick. You run into that, whether it's in business or in life. Think about that. Think about the people around you. They want everyone to move, go, 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 but they're the ones that move slow. They're the ones who don't make decisions. They're the ones that are always reacting rather than being proactive, right? And so when you, as a sales consultant, as a sales professional, are moving forward, when you're working at getting the transaction finalized or moving in the direction that it needs to be moving at the point where I call it a transaction, once you're exchanging monies, right? And you're being intentional and you're being purposeful by just stating the obvious. We're moving forward today. What do I need to do to get this deal moving forward today? Hey, I sent you that contract. I need to get it signed and back to me today. That's when now all of a sudden you're being pushy. You're being too aggressive, right? Well, I'm here to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. You're not being pushy and you're not being aggressive. Now, obviously, you need to speak tactfully, right? But the fact that you may ask daily, the fact that you may ask several times in the day for them to do something, execute upon something, sign that contract, get you that money, get you the deposit, get you the down payment, purchase whatever it is that you're providing them. That's not being pushy. That's not being aggressive. That's simply being intentional. That's simply operating with purpose, something that they're not used to doing in their own life. That's what you have to understand. Most people do not operate in that manner. Most people do not move forward in that manner. And so to them, you're being pushy. To them, you're being aggressive when you're simply being intentional. Because if you're not intentional, nothing is going to happen. Nobody moves forward. You may be asking for a contract to be signed today for something that's not going to happen for 6, 8, 9 months. Think about it. Let me, you know what? Here we go. Let's go right here. All right. Who are the big names? Because that's something that's going on in my family right now. Okay. Who are the big names that are on tour right now? All right. In my family, the people that my kids are always speaking about, and even my wife are speaking, we're talking about Olivia Rodrigo. We're talking about Taylor Swift. They're talking about Luke Combs, right? Nobody brings up the Foo Fighters, but anyway, that's who I look at. But think about this. We know 6, 9, sometimes 12 months or longer in advance when somebody is going to be in concert here. I'm in San Antonio, right? Or right outside San Antonio. We know, or in the near area, in Austin, Houston, Dallas, whatever it may be. And they're asking you to buy tickets a year in advance. Several $100s worth of per ticket. A year or two, or a year, 18 months in advance. And everybody's willing to, we got to do it. We got to go. We got to, these things sell out quickly. But yet when you as a sales consultant, you as a sales professional are trying to get somebody to move forward on something they're buying right now that you will probably be, if you're a manufacturer of home sales, delivering in the next 2 to 3 months, sometimes even within the same 30 days, and you're asking for the business, you're asking them to move forward, you're asking them to sign a contract, you're asking them to sign a purchase agreement, you're asking them to give you the money that for the down payment. now you're being pushy, you're being aggressive. Why aren't the ticketing agencies, why aren't the celebrity, the musicians being pushy and aggressive, having you buy tickets 12 months in advance? Why? Because they know that you're going to, one, they're trying to project what they're doing, right? And they're trying to get you to commit now so that they don't have to worry about having to sell tickets at the end. Plus, they want to make sure you don't spend your money on anything else. So they're being intentional, and that's okay. They're being purposeful, and that's okay with the majority of the people out there. But yet when you, who are trying to help them and trying to change their life and trying to provide them the home that they need, when you're asking for their business and you're being persistent about it, you're the pushy and aggressive one. You're simply intentional and purposeful. But if you're not, now you're that much further behind. So you have to execute with that intention. You have to execute with purpose. You have to move with intention. Everything that you do has to have a purpose behind it. And believe me, now, here's the thing, that purpose and that intention has to be mutually beneficial. I send a contract to a client right now on some, whether it's a training class or consulting, whatever it may be. It can't just benefit me. It has to benefit them as well. And that's why I tell you, it's about results. Everything that we do is results oriented. We're after results. You need to be after results. You need to make sure that you're doing the things that you say you're going to do. You need to make sure that you're providing the level of service and quality and support that should be provided in everything that you do. That's being intentional also. Don't make it a one-way street. It has to be both ways. It has to be give and take. But operating this way requires a few things. And here's what you need to have in order to operate with intentionality, in order to execute with purpose. Okay. One of the things that you need, folks, is you need to understand or know the outcome. That's what you need to know. You need to know the outcome. And I'm going to put it in here as well and in the screen. And I'm going to drop it in the chat as well. First thing we need to do is we need to know the outcome in order to execute with intentionality and purpose. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? All right. If you're trying to get the sale, right? That's your first outcome. Then from there, it's what are you trying to do? You're trying, if you're going finance, you're trying to clear conditions. That's the next outcome that you're after. And when you clear conditions, what are you trying to do now? You're trying to get the deal closed. And when you get the deal closed, now you're trying to order the house. And when you get the home ordered and it's ready, you're trying to get it delivered. Then you're trying to get it funded so that you can ultimately get paid. And you have to operate with intention, and your clients have to understand what that is, right? So knowing the outcome, first of all, is key number one. Point number two that you got to do, right, is know the plan. Know the plan that you're after in order to reach the outcome. That's the next thing that you've got to be able to do or have in mind. Know the plan in order to reach the outcome. Without knowing the plan, you don't know what to execute upon. You don't know what to even be intentional about. And in order to know the plan, well, you need to have the knowledge, or in other words, you need to be the professional who provides a level of service because of the confidence that you have. So that confidence comes from knowing, right? So in other words, the third thing is you need to ask with confidence. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, ask with confidence. Because if you're asking without confidence, then why should they do it? Okay. That's when they put you off. That's when you're not getting any responses because they just don't feel they need to get back to you. They slow roll you, as I like to say, right? They put you off. That's what happens when you don't have the confidence, when you're not asking with confidence. When you have confidence, you know the plan, you know the outcome, you're going to ask with intentionality, and you're going to operate with purpose. And when you do those things, folks, your business, your life, everything will operate at a much higher level. You'll be better suited to reach the outcomes that you're after personally. But you first have to be intentional, and you have to ask or operate with purpose. You don't have a purpose, you'll never be intentional. The purpose is the outcome. You don't have a purpose, you'll never be intentional, because you're always going to be second guessing yourself. You're never going to have the confidence. You're never going to feel that, hey, I deserve to have this because of my level of results. Because the level of results that we provide, I believe that we have the right to ask with that intention every time. Every time. And just like that ticketing agency is trying to get your money 12 months in advance for a ticket to a concert, we're trying to get your payment right now to schedule in the benefits or the program or the plan or the training that we're going to put together for you. Whether it's in a week, 2 weeks, 2 months, a year. We're doing it now. Why? Because just like that ticketing agency, we need to know what's going to happen. We need to know where we're going to be, and we need to make sure that you don't spend your money. That's simply what it comes down to. And that's what you do as well as a housing consultant. That's what I did when I was a sales That's what I did as sales manager. That's what I did as a general manager. It's about right now, today, because we need to make sure that everyone is moving forward, and it's win-win. If you can operate that way, operate with intention, and execute with purpose, folks, your business, your life, everything will run much smoother. Apply it in your life as well, not just in business. All right. I hope you guys have a great week. Get on out there and execute with purpose and move with intention, and you'll see how much easier your day, your week, your month will move forward each and every day. I wish you guys a great week. Get on out there, go kill it. And as always, I can't wait to meet you.